Hello. Or should I say, hello, y'all? Out of all honesty, welcome to another Sunday episode of Psycho's Platas. That's right, where the mighty Psycho tries to go off over 2 hours roughly and entertain and educate and all that other shit, along with several of my compadres in vinyl, my friends in wax. All kinds of fun here, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everybody has had themselves a decent Sunday the 26th. Yes. And right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, here comes a few to chime in justifiably. Hello there, Paul. Yes, welcome. And hello there, afternoon, Paulie. Well, hello there, Michael. How are you? And Tim, good. We're starting to get everybody cranked up here. That's right. Not going to be too much chitty chatty at the moment here, but I do have one thing to show before the broadcast, and I have new subs. Let's get the new subs off here first. So, for new subscribers for this week, thank you. Truthfully, this is the best time here. Is it? I'm not sure. I know that Rach, I think's on. She showed up around 2 my time. I don't know. You know what? There's enough room in the vinyl community for all of us. So new subscribers to the Psycho's Platters Network. Best subscribing in this month alone than in quite a while, and I appreciate everybody. Gotta love you guys out there. I do. Trini, this is capital Trini Grooves, Trini Grooves, the Blackened Hymns channel. Got a contest over at Blackened Hymns. Go check that out. Vinylizing Progger, Chris Burt, Erst David, Last Freeman, and Mark Hesford. Just for the record, all new subscribers to the Psycho's Platters Network, ladies and gentlemen, and greatly appreciated, one and all, for you guys all being here to see this show. I know, right? I don't know. I like 3 o'clocks, guy. 3 o'clocks are just in the middle of the day. Ain't too ridiculous. People don't have to hurry up. But later in the day, things start getting a little more busy in my world. All right, so my birthday's coming up tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen. I am turning the big 5-4. I felt a little bit, little bummed, little melancholy about it, sort of, because it's another year for the mighty Psycho, another year towards the grave. That was cheerful, wasn't it? All right. So my mom's an awesome mom. She really, really is. She went off. I told her not to get me anything. I did for my birthday, but she did it anyway, and I'm thankful for it. I love her. She's my mom. I can't say much about it. So what did she go off? And this is I've kept this sealed so I can show you guys. I'm opening it now in front of everybody. This is a coffee table book, The Decade That Rocked, the photography of Mark Weiss, with a forward by Rob Halford and a afterword by Eddie Trunk. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the front of it. Of course, Guns N' Roses. Yes, Guns N' Roses. I love original GNR. Guns N' Roses, they dropped a new single called Hard School yesterday. I have not had a chance to listen to it. I did not like the first single except for Slash's guitar solo. I hope Hard School is a little better. On the back cover, oh boy, that's right. It's Ozzy in a wig and a dress holding Nikki's Godpiece. Oh boy, I have heard stories about that tour. So I'm gonna undo this here. Undo. so that I could show you a couple pages out of this book. That's right, Tim. 35th wedding anniversary tomorrow for you. So let's see here. Right. Let's see. Right off the bat, Diamond Dave. Yeah, Diamond Dave. I like those years of Van Halen. Here's Metallica with Cliff. One of them, of course, holding a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic. Yeah. There you go. Yes, very nice. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Just thanks. Oh, here we go. Here's a special birthday message from Slash to all you guys. Last ones. Is that a Twisted Sister pin on your uniform? And Alice. Yes. Geez, this thing, I hope my mother didn't pay this. I really hope she didn't. This thing goes for $50. $50 in the US, kids. I can't wait to look at the rest of it. Okay. So that's awesome. The Decade That Rock by Mark Weiss, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to kick on the air. It's been hot today. Yeah, 87 currently right now. 87 and sunny. We're supposed to start getting fall-like weather. I guess coming down the pipe here a little bit. By the way, just for trivia note, I share my birthday with Meatloaf and Sean Cassidy. How about that? And Avril Lavigne. There's a birthday club for you, along with the late Don Cornelius. He was pointing to his cancer stick. That's nice. Yeah, see, I guess Slash is a loving person. He, maybe you can. You know, I'll tell you something right now. Barnes and Noble actually has a decent music book clearance section. I saw the John Lennon Imagine book, I think was $8. They have it for $8 over there, and I'm thinking about going to finally pull the trigger because that thing was ridiculously priced when that came out. Now for $8, yes, please. Especially if you're a Barnes & Noble member, you could save even more. All right, so listen, before I go and put the link up to the 4 people that are watching here, ladies and gentlemen, let's set up the story about what this episode is and why it is called the Sunday Southern Rock Spectacular. Yeah, no B&Ns over there, huh? Or Target. You know, Target, I went over there yesterday like a fool because I really thought that, excuse me, I'm checking, of course, messages from Goth Angel. My sweetums, my love of my life, my beloved. So I went to Target because, okay, look, I've heard the reviews, new Ringo EP. I heard the one song I didn't like, but I still was going to get it anyway and then try to review it on top of the other reviews that I'm so far behind on. And I'm not going back to that Target again. They're in the middle of a remod, and it's just that I really don't like what's going on with the remod. They shortened the music section even more now, and it's just bad. It's a bad scenario. Oh boy. Dave says, I tried smoking hash. I couldn't figure out how to light the corned beef. Well, you see, you got to go take a little bit of olive oil and wrap it around, and then take your The big long lighter with the button and the stick, and then you go boom, and then you got your hash lit. I know the potatoes is your starch, ladies and gentlemen, but that hash, it's a bit. Yeah, you know what's really funny is that we are going to talk about the almonds, but I was kind of on a time crunch. I don't have any to show this moment because my almonds, they're all over the place. I have other bands, but we'll talk about the almonds. Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, no kidding. Our Walmarts suck here for music selection. Oh boy. Back when it was good. All right, David not here. That's right. That is right. So yeah, the last Target thing I bought music wise was that George Harrison All Things Must Pass, the 3 CD. I guess I give up trying to find any physical media anymore. Now everything's just going to be online. I hate that. Mark this September 26, 2021. Psycho has given up in regards to trying to find new physical media anywhere whatsoever. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I am posting the invitation to come up here. Whoever feels and cares to. So the initiation of the discussion in regards to the Southern Rock is I had a request, and it was from Paul, not me. Even though once in a while I've gone off and have jokingly put myself in the third person. But Paul wanted to talk about 38 Special, which I like 38 Special. And so I'm like, well, yes, of course, we could talk about 38 Special, but we're going to talk about, I decided, all things Southern Rock. Now, it's not going to be everything because I know I'm going to forget shit, but we're going to do the best encompassing that we can. Oh, that camera looks a lot better, Paul. He's got a new webcam, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lot more clearer. Good Lord, I love it. And Tim, how are you feeling today? He has been under the weather, to say the least.
Well, my blood pressure was starting to do a little better today. But I have a migraine, so that's why I'm in bed again.
No. JJ, why did you have to bring up pork chops? Now, I want pork chops, but it's just pork chops, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's got to be pork chops with applesauce.
No, can't be just plain pork chops either. It has to be Iowa chops.
Crispy pork chops with potatoes.
That sounds good. I'm thinking we can just get. Oh boy, yes. You know, I probably need some of that liquid soap for all the times I ever said "fuck, shit, damn, piss."
With us, it wasn't the liquid soap; it was bars of soap.
That's right. My mother did that once or twice to me. She did, and I don't even remember why anymore. I must have blocked it out. Because if I remember, then I could be sponsored by a soap company. At least it wasn't Lava Soap. Ugh. Oh, Lava's still around. But that's why the mechanics use it. And all the other tradesmen use the Lava Soap because it gets right in there. Not sponsored by Lava Soap, kids.
But my mom used to buy Ivory soap, but my mom used to buy Ivory soap, and so I tasted that quite a few times.
That's what I use, Ivory soap, because it doesn't have any extra crap in it, and for me to get allergic, because I get that stuff too sometimes. Oh boy. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in Wisconsin. My mom one time made pork chops for my friends for dinner. None of them could eat it. We ordered. It's just that's sad, JJ. But you know what? More pork chop leftovers for me later. Oh, so yeah. See, Dave says, for lunch I ordered the po' boy, and they brought out.
Me too.
Oh my. Oh my. No, did you see the punchline? Oh my. That's when kids were still getting the loving. I know. The generations now, 90% of them are 90% of them. I'm not going to say 100. There is some people that raise people right still today in this generation, but I'd say 90% of them are off the proper path. We will say that. Or as Will Smith would try to defend, parents just don't understand. Him and Jazzy Jeff. Oh boy, I can't believe I even threw that in this conversation. So yeah, so let's see. So Tim, unfortunately,
Hello,
always
Fresh
prayers for
Prince.
the strength and health. And Paul, how you doing today? Other than us dreaming about pork chops. Now, for all of us. Mm-hmm.
But
Hungry now, thank you.
Yes. I make shake and bake pork chops, and I will. I make them that way. I love shake and bake, and I helped. So let's see here. See, there you go. You know, back when we were all growing up, I think out of all honesty, I think we were all good. You know, most of us anyway. It wasn't perfect back in the 70s and the 80s, but I think out of all honesty, and that we all were a little more we could joke around a lot better. We were a lot willing. We were more acceptable, I think, to other people's differences and points of view. Okay. And you know what, JJ, I think it's really, really cool about, you know, the Jewish neighborhood and this and that. That I would have loved that. I think I really would have just to do the inviting.
We were more polite back then too.
Yes. I think we were. Are you kidding? What? Sam Jackson was it?
Yes, we was.
I can't wrap my head around that. I don't know why I can't wrap my head around that. See now, unfortunately, so the vinyl here, Mike here, and he's like, everyone in my neighborhood was French Catholic. Now, the way he's got that written, I'm thinking Norm Macdonald right away, and I can't do Norm, but I'd be like, everyone in my neighborhood was French Catholic, or so it seemed. You know how he'd be like, or that's what the Germans want you to think. Remember when he did? Oh my God. I tripped on last night. Triumph Comic Dog. His channel posted. I didn't know this. In 2008, there was a pilot for a resuscitated match game. They got the 70s. The whole thing, I'm going. My mind was blown. But it wasn't Gene Rayburn that popped out. It was some guy named Andy Daly. That was the guy that was hosting. Andy was sharp. I actually gave him, you know, his comedic chops were real. You know, his thinking was good. But who was on the 6 people panel? Up in the top left, Super Dave Osborne. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like right up there because I love Super Dave. I'm like right in the top corner. Then it was I could care less really about Sarah Silverman. She was next to him. Cannot remember who the hell the guy in the corner was. Then downstairs was Rashida Jones, who by that time would have been in Parks and Rec. Norm was in the middle. And then I can't remember whatever the hell her name was at the end. I would have watched the damn thing. I'm like, it was a little racy, and I loved it. And I was just like, why wasn't this thing made and put on Comedy Central? And supposedly there's like up to an hour of edited footage. I'm like, I want to see the rest of it. Because I was almost crying at times in the 23 minutes there was. Because I was just like, between Super Dave and Norm, they were going
I was going to say between Super Dave and Norm there. I was going to. I was going to ask JJ. I know JJ's from Milwaukee, so JJ, Paul and I, are you Lutheran?
And JJ's answer is it's like a game show. And it's I don't know. I'm just being silly. While we're waiting for his answer.
So Super Dave was a stuntman, was he not?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. And you know where he got his start from? Well, okay, I take that back. He got his start on Smothers Brothers back in the 60s, okay, as whatever they would make him do. But do you know where the Super Dave character originated from? This is gonna stretch a little people's memories because I love this show. It was a cable show around 79, 80 out of Canada, of course, because that's where Super Dave's from. Anybody remember where he got his start from?
I can't remember. I've seen the movie too.
He was
a
writer, and once in a while he would step out of the Super Dave character to be the not bad guy, but like the production manager of Bizarre with John Biner. That's where the Super Dave segment started. And I was going, oh my God. And so it would be once every couple episodes, he would show up. And because it was cable, like Showtime, I think it was, you could swear. They had censored versions for the Canadian television, and there would be different things for the Showtime version. And so yeah, you'd hear him throw the S word or the H or D, and I'm like, just to hear that, because I only ever saw the censored versions all those years. You can watch them on YouTube, guys. They're on YouTube all over the place. So JJ, yeah, I said here, Catholic wife Lutheran, daughter goes to Lutheran College, Concordia. ALL.Watch, JJ. I studied at Concordia in 1985, 86 in River Grove, Illinois. This is a mini factoid. I studied to be a Lutheran minister. Look how that turned out. Pastor Peas, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think so. I meant well. I did. I thought the courses fascinated me, but I was 17 going on 18 and I flunked out. I flunked out of college the first time, guys, because I was an irresponsible little bastard. So I don't know what I am right now.
But
I mean, obviously, I went from. I'm sorry, Tim.
Could have cut you Triple P.
Oh God. Originally I was going to do an off channel. And I was going to call it Pre-Pastor Paul. And I was going to do, this was within the last couple of years, because I actually found a lectern? Is that where the minister does his sermons? It was like a half lectern. And I was just going to come up with, faith-based type stuff. It was going to be serious stuff, no? Pre-Pastor Paul. That would have been my PPP. But maybe someday down the line.
Well, one time you and I was going to make a talk show called The Two Ps.
Was it Pete? Was it two peas or two peas in a pod? I'm trying to remember. Here's the drummer rim shot of the day. Hey, this morning my pastor said
you was going to P squared.
Thank God it missed. Hey. Yeah, you know what, JJ? You got me there. I think, God, all right, this is just an opinion. Let kids be kids, for God's sake, till they're 18. Let kids be kids. And I know that I'm just, for 2 seconds, I'm going to get minorly political, all right? And then I'll shut up. Sex ed does not need to be taught to kindergartners. There are certain states that are allowing this crap. Kindergartners don't need to be thinking about this shit. Now, sex ed, I think, I'm trying to remember, I'm stretching my brain because I'm old. It was 6th or 7th grade. 6th or 7th grade in Crystal Lake, Illinois. I want to say 7th grade, okay? So that'd be what, 12, 13? And then I remember in freshman year of high school, it was the same thing. They taught it in high school. I'm like, good God, let the kids be kids. I understand about puberty, all right? I get it. If you don't have a mom and dad that want to talk about this stuff, then fine. Sex ed is a okay backup. Here's your basic facts. Here's the good and the bad. Here you are. You give the info, okay? You can't go any farther than that. That's it. I'll shut up now on that. So, it's 26 minutes. At least you guys are on here. So, back to the original reason of the the Sunday Southern Rock Spectacular, ladies and gentlemen, because Paul asked, hey, could we talk about 38 Special? Could we talk about 38 Special on the show? I said, we're not only going to talk about 38 Special, we're going to talk about, yeah, I know I'll miss a couple or whatever, but I've got stuff. I think Paul's got stuff. Tim, maybe you got some stuff.
I grabbed some stuff. I don't have too much. I grabbed it. I have some stuff here, or not too much. I grabbed it after you texted me.
That's fair.
And,
I know. I'm sorry. My day hasn't been a bad day. Just been kind of I got home. I'll tell everybody. Hey, Greg. I'll tell everybody this, that I kind of had a slight lazy morning, followed by went and redeemed my free Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancakes from the IHOP here in the Rogers Bentonville sector. And they were great, double blueberry, yum, with some coffee. And then I went to Pinnacle Mall to get, yes, well, I don't want to reveal it here, but I went there to get something that was unique for Goth Angel's Halloween card that she's getting. I'm not telling. I'm not telling any of this, but it was unique. I do not know of any other one of this in the Rogers Bentonville area. So I'm like, so
I know where you went.
She's gonna roll her off. She's gonna roll. I'm sorry. What, Paul? What, Paul?
I know which store you went to. The Halloween store.
Do you? No. So I'll tell you off show. Yes, there's actually such a thing as Halloween cards. There is. This is Halloween.
Okay.
No.
They have cards for about everything anymore.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. So, hey guys, in this Southern Rock Spectacular, here in the peanut gallery.
Give me a second. I got to reboot the computer again. I will be right back.
That's fine. That's fine. After these messages, we'll be right back. That was an old ABC Saturday morning cartoon bit. He'll be back. He'll be back. Oh, yeah, he'll be back. So
yep.
We'll give him a minute or two anyway. So I'd like the people in the peanut gallery to tell me, what are some of your favorite Southern rock bands that you love, that you listen to? Now, I'm sorry, Tim, go ahead. You were going to say something.
I didn't get to too many of my favorite Southern rock groups, and these I picked out fast.
Awesome. Well, let's give him a minute.
I didn't run across any Little Feet.
Oh, good for you. You get a bonus point. You do, because I do have. I wasn't sure whether or not to really, like, to me they're sort of fringy, but sort of not. But so Little Feet, yes.
And
Feet don't. They
I
only
wasn't sure. I was debating
almost.
on point. Oh, I was debating
Let's
on
see.
Point Blank. I'm not sure whether they're considered to be Southern Rock or not.
You know what? Good answer on Point Blank. I would consider Point Blank Southern Rock. They started out, if I remember correctly, they're from Texas also, and Point Blank was um, managed by Bill Ham, who was the same as ZZ. Um,
Yeah,
I
I did
don't.
grab a ZZ.
Yeah. We'll talk about ZZ too, but
Yeah, I
um,
didn't grab any almonds. I didn't grab any Little Feet. That didn't come across any of my 38 special.
I was in a time crunch, so while we're waiting for Paul, let's throw this out here. Dave is the first one to give us an answer that I see. Allman Brothers Band and New Riders of the Purple Sage. Dave, excellent choices on that.
I
Um,
I, I debated with New Riders of the Purple Sage also.
they were, you know what, those first couple albums of New Riders, which of course, some people would go
With
off
Jerry
and say,
Garcia.
right, that some people would technically say that it's a dead offshoot. I don't know if I would go that far. Yes, they're on the first album, Jerry and oh god, Bob. I think Bob's on that album
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
While you were here,
I
he
was
comes walking
I was
down the
going to
street saying, "Do I did he?"
I was going to say another band I was wondering about if they could be considered Southern Rock is Poco.
Yes. Shit. See, okay, this is all okay. Before here, all right. So listen. Well, yeah, Little Feet is from California. You're right, and there was a member of Zappa's band, Zappa, to start Little Feet with other ones, but this is where this is going to be opinionated stuff for some of it. Okay, I totally understand that. So I mean, we're going to do the best we can. I mean, oh, for example, I'll show you real quick. I'm wearing my Black Crowes tour shirt from Marietta, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. They're another excellent band as well. Hi, Ed. How are you doing, Edward? Always nice to see you. Yeah,
Hi, Edward.
Lowell George. Boy, I'll tell you, what a
Yeah,
story about Lowell George with Little Feet. And we are going to put Little Feet. I call it at least on the fringe. Um, and I'll show you the one that I could
yeah,
find right away. Okay. And I know you want to show too. So I got this bit. I've got other ones, but this was like the first one that I could pull.
yeah. Because I was thinking Little Feet was from Georgia.
See, I thought part of it was Southern and part of it was Cali. Okay, because you're going to get some hybrid ones. Somebody tried, was suggesting the Doobies, but I'm going, I no. I mean, now you're talking that the pre-Michael McDonald era, you had like Blackwater and you had a couple other ones that had that sound. But no, I mean, I wouldn't put them into that for Little Feet, I guess in this case, some of it was Southern, Dixie Chicken, a few other bits. In fact, Paul, I don't know if you know this, but before he passed away, because I think he's passed on now, Fred Tackett, who was not in the original 70s lineup, he was in the 80s, the late 80s one, so the Live It Up when they got back together, and then a few albums after that. Fred Tackett was based out of Eureka Springs. I would have loved to have talk to him and Paul Barrere from Little League and Doobie Brothers. They would occasionally perform around the Eureka Springs area, even as a duet, which I always would find out that shit after the fact. I'm like, I would have dug that.
The Dixie Chicks was Southern rock.
Who said that?
Me, Paul.
Dixie Chicks?
Yeah, because you mentioned Dixie Chicks, then another band.
No, Dixie Chicken. That's an album.
Chicken. Never mind. Okay, sorry, my fault.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah. Goodbye, Earl. No, I don't want to deal with Dixie Chicks. Or should I call them
Chicken's a great song.
Or whatever. Fuck.
And Fat Man in the Bathtub. Dixie Chicken's a great song.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, they did.
They even say
Fat Man in the Bathtub.
It's a strange way to make a dinner.
There's a band called Alabama Shakes that is considered Southern rock. And Dixie Dregs is another Southern rock name.
Thank you. Damn it. I see. This is where I knew that I was. Dixie Dregs is one of those ones that I
D-R-E-G-S. Yeah.
Yep. Steve Morse and Company. Every member was talented in that damn thing, but that's where I tripped on Steve Morse was the Dregs before. So it went Dixie Dregs, Kansas in the mid 80s. He was on 2 albums. He was on Power for 86 when they reunited and went on to MCA. Those albums to me are
I like that album.
It's touch and go though for both of those albums, but I've got Power. I like that one a little better than Spirit of Things, which came out in 88. Kind of tough to find on vinyl in America, but it does exist. I've seen one, but they just wanted way too much for it because I want the whole Kansas catalog. I love that band. And then of course going from Kansas to back to the Dregs, do some solo stuff. And then Blackmore has his temper tantrum, and he's the one that's been in Deep Purple since about 95. And that's how I saw Deep Purple, was with Steve Morse. And, of course, different guitar work. But I still love that period of Purple. I think those albums should have sold a hell of a lot more since Perpendicular. So, I don't know. Oh, here's another good one. Richard Betts and Great Southern. And, I think they put out, 2-3 albums? And Dickie Betts, let's see. So it's him, Butch Trucks, and Jamal are, I think, the only ones left from the Allmans. I think everyone else from the original lineup is past. I'm sorry. I know we're kind of going off tangent, but yet staying in the discussion. I seem to be talking a bunch. I'm sorry, but we're tangenting here. So Paul asked, do you remember when the Allmans came for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue down in Fayetteville?
You mean what year?
No, I'm just asking if you remember when they were down here. It was about 2009, 2010. Oh, boy. Okay, I don't know what happened with Tim.
I do vaguely remember, but I can't be 100% correct on that.
Sorry about that. My computer said that something went wrong and kicked me into the first part of StreamYard, so I had to come back into the studio and stuff.
I had to do the same thing. Mine, I had to reboot my computer, so I'm on my phone now. So,
Well, I'm on my 8-year-old laptop, so
18-year-old laptop. I like
Dickie and
that.
Jim over the
no,
audio. Why
8-year-old,
did I
not
think
18,
which trucks
8.
was it original? I don't know. Oh, trucks
Well, the
died
reason why-
5 years ago. Shit.
Well, the
That'll
reason
teach
I
me.
brought up 38 special is because I found my best of 38 special from 2001.
You found what?
About 7 years ago, I converted all my CDs, which was over 3,000 CDs, over to MP3 formats on my computer.
Okay.
And I catalog and I went through a program. I can't remember what the program was called back then. It cost me like $100 for it, and it would catalog them for me. And I put them
Nice.
all onto a hard drive, external hard drive, and lost the hard drive.
Ah, damn.
But then I found the hard drive, and so I went through there. I got right now. I'm talking about music files itself. I got. Give me a second. I can give you. On one of the drives, I have over 80 gigabytes of music.
Wow.
Yeah, and on the other one, I got over 185 gigabytes of music.
Nice.
I
That'll
know.
keep you busy for a while.
I know from my records, from my vinyl alone, mine won't be a lot more than that. I cleared off all the stuff I had already done on my 2 terabyte external hard drive
Oh,
to
wow.
start over because I decided I wanted to start the stuff a little different way on there. So I cleared that out, and that was like. That was like 800 gigabytes just there alone. Of course,
I found music.
that's
I found music I didn't realize I had.
but that was some FLAC format too. So
Yeah, FLAC's a better format than MP3. My old ones are MP3. I am converting them over to FLAC to be better. So it's like I got John Daryl Hall and John Oates Singles Greatest Hits, and because I used to have every album that they had because I really like Daryl Hall and John Oates. I think they're a great team together, or were.
yeah, I always
still
liked them
around.
too, especially their 70s stuff.
And then I found the my 38 Special Greatest Hits, and it's a good album too. But on it, there's one song. Does anyone remember the movie Teachers?
Mm-hmm. Talked about
Yep,
that earlier today.
I have
with
that soundtrack.
Yeah, because they very special had that
I
song
own
called
that
Teacher
soundtrack.
Teacher. Yeah.
Yep, and then
so
also another group.
no, go
Another
ahead.
group, Paul and I saw together. Another group I saw Paul and I saw together had another song on there, "Interstate Love Affair."
Yes.
Night Ranger.
Huh. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe I'm going to have to find that damn soundtrack. I don't have that. I don't have that one. I like some good rock soundtracks.
Yeah, ZZ Top's on there and stuff also with cheap sunglasses.
Of course,
Bob
I've seen
Seger's
ZZ Top
on
at Barnhill Arena.
Bob Seger Barnhill, is that what you said?
No, ZZ Top Barnhill.
Oh, you wait, like about 2009, 2010?
No, I'm talking about 80s style.
Oh, see, I saw him in like 2009, 2010 at Barnhill. That was a kick-ass show. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was good. You know, they only played 3 chords, but they were good.
How.
That's the truth, though. You know, Only 3-chord player, man. You can't beat that.
But that's okay. But that's what we're talking about, though. For
Uh, uh,
a 51,
uh,
huh?
my introduction to ZZ Top was from their album Fandango, Tush.
Yeah, damn
Because
good album.
growing up in northern Iowa, there you don't have much of a choice in radio stations. It was mainly a top 40 station.
And of course, they have the 70s output, which was damn good from the mid 70s on. But then I don't know what happened between El Loco and this.
Yep, I have that one.
Everybody knows this. And
yep.
okay,
And the next one.
Yes. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I know that bitch when this album came out, and I'm like, okay, fine. I get why you're bitching, because it's more keyboard synth on this than but even El Loco before that, they were starting to dabble a little, and I'm just sitting there, and I don't know whose idea it was to bring that up, but yeah, see, to Gallo, that's a good album too. I love all their stuff. The thing is that after, so let's see, you said the one afterward, that would have been Afterburner, right? Yeah, that's the one where it turns
Sleeping
into
Bag.
Yeah. And a Sleeping Bag was good. Rough Boys was good. Changes, I think, was on there.
Well, according to Google, Tush is their most famous song that they made.
I love that song.
I think I won't be surprised with that because it came out in the late 70s, mid to late 70s.
And then Recycler, that one came out, I'm trying to remember, 89, 90. And that one had My Head's in Mississippi, and there was another one off that damn thing.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one did they do Viva Las Vegas on?
Oh God, that was the greatest hits.
Yeah, I have their greatest hits. I thought maybe it came out on an album before that.
I think. Damn it. I think it was just on the greatest hits. Rusting says 90 for Recycler. And that was the last album I remember buying because they seemed to drop from the radio after that. And I'm not going to lie, I remember finding a ZZ album year after, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I picked it up in a used CD store. I can't remember which one it was. But it was after Recycler. And I was like, holy crap, they still were making stuff, because they ended up on some smaller, lower labels and for a while. And then, I think the last album they put out was, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Mescalero. And I think that was 2015 that came out. But from what I'm led to believe, there's some leftover tapes. So maybe, at least as a tribute to Dusty, maybe they'll put some stuff out. Hello there, Donna Joe. Yes. The Blues Anthology. Oh yeah, right. They put out that record, and 50, which was like what, 3 CDs of greatest hit type stuff. You know what? I don't know if I really want to go and say all bands.
I know Scott and Betty had.
Huh?
I was going to say, I know Scott and Betty had seen ZZ Top at the Metro Center. in like that, probably around 2015, or maybe a little before.
Yeah. See, so it would have been for
According to
that.
this, it says in 2012 they released an album called La Putra.
That's it. I'm sorry. I'm getting my titles mixed up. La Futura. That was the last one.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Doug, excuse me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Doug the Vinyl Grotto. I do see that you're attempting to get on, but it says device not connected. Try to go. It's. I know he's having issues. He says you got to have a channel to be able to connect. He's got a channel, so I don't understand what's going on. I would just say try to refresh through StreamYard and refresh YouTube and try to run through it that way. Okay, Doug, that's the best answer I've got. I am not a connecting genius. I am not one of those wizards of internet. I am not one of those.
But you used to be a wizard of computer systems.
Well, yeah, selling them. I knew the basic.
I'm not the wizard of newer systems anymore.
Yeah, well, but you were good,
Paul
Tim.
worked in electronics,
you were good,
so
Tim.
Yeah, Paul can tell you, I've had my turntable connected to my computer for many years.
that's interesting.
Yeah. So who?
And
look who I was praying. I was praying she'd show up. See, this is why. Yeah, look at you. Ah, my sweetums. And look, already got saying, hey, see, she's got fans. She's got fans. Like, oh man, she's so beautiful.
Hi, Angel.
Damn, she's beautiful.
I'm back.
But
hey, those kisses better not be for me, okay? That's something I say.
Ew, don't go that way.
Yes, I did.
You know what? You know what, Mike? She's my angel to me. She makes me happy. And God made her. So in a way, everybody can be an angel or a devil on earth. I'm just throwing that out there. That's not gospel scripture. That's not. So I'm just throwing that out.
Sort of like the Jake Giles band song, Angel.
Jay Giles band, seen them in Bella Vista, believe it or not.
What's that?
I've seen Jay Giles band in Bella Vista.
Oh.
Yeah, Bella Vista at the Wonderland Cave Club.
You know, in that video for that song, when he's drumming and it's milk coming out, I'm going, oh, you fooled me, because it looked like it was like a drum set till he's hitting the damn thing. I gave him points for that. The most nerdiest drumming move that I ever saw in a music video. Loverboy's Hot Girls in Love. He's drumming with the gas tank pump hose handle. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you really expect us to believe this? But that's not Southern rock, but I thought I'd be amusing. So who wants to show stuff? Who wants to show stuff?
I have some by me.
I have nothing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay, because we like your presence here. Oh boy. We have a Tim sandwich on screen with 2 pieces of Paul bread on either side. That's disturbing slightly. All right, maybe a lot. Anywho. All right. Oh, yes. Yes. You're flirting with disaster, my friend. You're flirting with disaster. Showing that the Molly of Hatchet. ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
nice.
One of my
Okay,
favorites.
another and a lot of people forget about.
Thank you. I was hoping somebody would grab some Atlanta Rhythm because I just couldn't find my album on
This is the only one I could find, and I have several of them.
You're right, honey. Very disturbing. That's just
And
What, the Paul sandwich or the Tim sandwich or whatever? So
the whole
speaking
sandwich
of
thing.
TV,
Yes. There you go. Dave, let me ask you something. When did you see them? Do you remember like roughly what year you saw Hatchet? Put in the comments, please. I know it was a joke. Don't worry about it resting. Yes, thank you. I couldn't find my damn Outlaws. I was going to show that too. There's one that does not get enough love, is the Outlaws. Yep. Because, all right, quiz here. What are the songs that if you're going to hear, yep, excellent albums, all of those. What are the songs that you pretty much from the Outlaws are going to hear on the radio? What's the big one? Like when the DJ wants to go to the
sky.
That's one of them, along with that one and oh geez, there was another one I was getting ready to say about that. Greengrass and High Tides. So either of those are your great DJ, hey, I got to go to the bathroom songs. But they're also, it's all good. And then there's the what the hell was it called? Something about love song. Not Heard It in a Love Song because that's Marshall Tucker. It was another song that had that title in it.
There goes another love song.
There goes another. I don't know. Damn it.
Yeah, there goes another love song. Well, then here's a band I saw 3 times. This is probably my favorite album of theirs.
Oh, Tucker. Marshall Tucker, ladies and gentlemen. They don't get enough love. Now, all these bands don't get enough love. You know that? They just don't.
Most of these bands aren't around anymore, are they?
For shells of what they were. Shells. Okay,
yeah.
So Dave says 25 years ago, Jacksonville Landing, we sat in front of the amps, regretted it the next day. So let me think about this. That would be 1996.
Well, tell you what. Do you remember 1993 where there was a lot of flooding? The Mississippi was really flooding, and like in Iowa was flooded a lot.
Yes.
Okay. I saw them on the 4th of July, 1993 in Clinton, Iowa. Right over by where right over by the Mississippi River, just in Clinton, they have a dike going all along it, around the full city.
So you're talking about Tucker?
Yeah, that was the first time I saw them.
Let me think about this. That would be 2 originals. That's what you saw. It was Doug Gray and damn it, the flute player, who is long gone now. So at least you got to see some of it, you know. And
the what?
Yeah.
And I think the last time I saw them, they had at least one original. Saw them on the waterfront in the 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there you go. That's when I saw. Actually, it was 2004, 2005. I saw Tucker in St. Charles with Scott.
With me, it was later than that. See some more Tucker.
That's cool. I like Marshall Tucker. Like I said, they don't get enough love.
Some more Marshall Tucker.
Yep.
And the last one I have is another Marshall Tucker. I didn't even come across any of my Charlie Daniels, and I've seen him in concert 3 times.
See, there you go. Now Charlie, I've got some stuff. We'll talk about Charlie in a little bit, but yeah,
The
yeah.
first time I saw him was at Zweibrücken Air Force Base in Germany.
My favorite song from Charlie Daniels Band is "Back in Saigon."
Oh yeah, I like that.
Why can't I see my future? Oh, that's because my sweetums, I made them big so that Tim could show his LPs. Do you have any more to show us, sir?
No, that's all.
All right.
Are you
hang
sure
on.
she said future, not
finally get what she
feature?
was saying. Yeah, well, she means me.
Okay.
She means me. There. As she's like, oh, there he is again. I am silly. I'm glad she puts up with me. Very few people in my world put up with me. Of course, she's the one that loves me. Well, my kids love me and my grandkids love me. They think I'm silly. Yes, that's right. There you are.
I used to love you, man.
And
so
look
let's
at
see.
how
Yeah,
long
20
I
years
put
ago.
up with you.
So yeah, 20 years ago, that was 2001. Yeah, you still saw a damn good show. It was like, what was it? From when Tucker started to 1980, and then Troy Caldwell's brother Tim died in that Jeep accident. That took a little wind out of the sails, and then after 84, most of the band left. I guess they had enough, and I think it was also that Toy, I'm led to believe, was either booted out or he left on his own due to his drug use. That is the story I heard. Toy was an excellent guitar player. Okay. All right, guy, my sweetums. I'm gonna show. Is it okay if I go big for a second so I can show a bunch of different things?
Go for it.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, fine with me.
The Caldwells did die both young, so we'll talk about and we'll try to update some shit as we go along here. You wanted to see a little 38 special. Now I got more than this, but like I said, I had to hurry up here. So here you are. You're talking about, of course, here good old rock and roll strategy with Max Carl on lead.
Yeah, with the sun second chance on it.
Yep.
Looks good.
Second chance. Which, of course, Max Carl would only end up being on one more 38 special album, and then he had a solo career. Go figure. I guess he had a solo album, but of course, the last I want to say 20 plus years, he has been with Grand Funk Railroad. That's where Max went to. So 38 special. Love their 70s and early 80s stuff. There was one of the Honkettes from Skinner sang with 38. Also, though, Donnie Van Zandt, of course, being the lead singer for many, many years until 2013 when he had to retire. Tim was talking about, of course, how he went off and saw him a couple times. And sorry, here I'm dropping message.
I think
and so yes, Tim. Yes, Tim. Tim? Oh shit, he's gone again.
Did we lose him?
I don't. I have to forgive. I hope it's not my internet, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's 3 of you guys watching here. I hope Tim will try to come back on. I got to see them 3 times, and I'm glad I did, because I'm going to tell everybody out there, don't waste your time going to see these guys. It is a tribute band. There's only one member, and that's Don Barnes, who, along with Ronnie Van Zant, went off and why am I getting this?
I don't know. Okay, yeah. See,
I don't know.
it had done
There
it
we
again
go.
to me, and where it kicked me out, saying something went wrong, and
I don't know.
but
So the thing is that you said
uh,
you saw him 3 times too.
no, I saw them only once, but I was going to say he have. I think that's around the only album that our friend Jim Peterick didn't co-write any of the songs on,
Right.
if you remember right.
Jim Peterick from Ides of March and Survivor knew the band, helped to co-write many of their hits. Like I said, I think my favorite was "Rockin' into the Night," which that one was that's probably the one that I'll sing along to when I hear it on the radio, which is rare anyway.
Well,
But
remember us
don't go see
hearing that in the
38.
concert? Remember
Yeah,
us?
that was in '06. Mm-hmm. That was a good show. That was a damn good show. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't go now. It's only one guy, and the drummer's been with them since '88. Uh, they do have on guitar um, Jerry Riggs. I don't know if that name sounds familiar to anybody out there, but Riggs had his own band, and he ended up on the heavy metal soundtrack back then, the first one. And that's how he broke into music. And then he had a solo band. But I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, Jerry Riggs. I'm like, that just, to me, that was just odd, but yet funny. So he's been a member of 38 Special for a couple years. But it was like 2013, 2014. Donnie Van Zant couldn't do it anymore. And Larry Johnstrom, who was the original bass player of Skinnerd, go figure, because there was Jacksonville, Florida was this big scene back in the day. I've heard and read, and he had to retire the next year, and Johnstrom's been dead since 2019. So it's just down to Don Barnes for an original. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you had to, but then I remembered you're out of. Well, no, you're not out of work yet. But I'm so yeah. Yes, well, you're my beauty there. See, she's the beauty, I'm the beast. So let's go to. Yeah, I know. Let's go to, of course, one of the biggins. I said biggins.
You said Biggins.
Skinnerd, ladies and gentlemen, the first album pronounced Leonard Skinnerd. Now, your original press, and unfortunately, I do have one somewhere. This is the Rainbow MCA, but the original press would be Sounds of the South label. It was in yellow. Al Cooper produced the first 2 albums for Skinnerd. And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, let's face it, just about every damn song off of here. I Ain't the One, Tuesday's Gone, Give Me 3 Steps, Simple Man, Mississippi Kid, and finishing it off with Freebird. I'm like, let's face it, Al Cooper's production on those first couple albums helped to make that band shine. I think they should have stayed with him. I don't know whatever went down between the band and the Coop, but that's one thing. Second helping, like I said. I almost had a chance to meet an original member of Skinnerd here in Rogers, actually, Paul, because they had the Southern Rock All-Stars came through and did a stop at the Harley dealership. And
down
at
here,
that
off the
time,
street, down here. Okay.
right.
Okay.
Excellent, Doug. And they had Bob Burns. Bob Burns was the original drummer. He was on the first 2 albums, because I don't think he was on Give Me Back My Bullets. He ended up going away. But they had him and Charlie Hargret from Blackfoot was in there. Oh, good. Here we go. Here's what the Sounds of the South label would have looked like, guys. An original press of Second Helping With, of course, on here, you're talking Sweet Home Alabama starts it off. They love the governor. Boo, boo, boo. And let's see. Don't ask me no questions. That was the misfiring of the first single. They put that out. That thing tanked. Working for MCA.
Well,
Yes.
Speaking of Skinner, made me think of another band. I don't know how many albums they put out, though. Roston Collins.
Good side band, 2 albums, if I remember correctly. I tried to find my Rossington Collins stuff. Let's see.
I have their first one.
One of my favorites, The Needle in the Spoon. Oh, man. I love that damn song. And then lastly, a cover of J.J. Cale's They Call Me the Breeze. Yes. And crying. I know my bad singing does make people that way. I've known people to cry and vomit from me. But and then of course we go to Give Me Back My Bullets, which this one was a little bit under par compared to the others, but you get Ed King from Strawberry Alarm Clock. So to go from Incense and Peppermints to Give Me Back My Bullets, there's your jump right there. But that one, Double Trouble, all I can do is write about it. But like I said, to me, still a good album, but not as great as those first two. And then the one that I know some people are going to go, ooh, when they see this.
We're waiting.
So when the plane happened in 77 and Rossington Collins happened shortly after in 79, 80, and then for that 20th anniversary reunion tour in 87, which was supposed to have been a one-off, and they never left. This is my opinion, the last great damn album. This is the first album after the plane crash. Yes, and I know this is a promo, by the way, and I know some people are going to go, wait a minute, we didn't know that they put this out on vinyl in America. They didn't, believe it or not. Uh-oh, you got to go? Well, all right, baby, I love you. I love you very much. Oh, off in 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be done in about 40 minutes also. 5 o'clock, I'll be shutting this down. This one here, though, ladies and gentlemen, is a West German press.
Bye, Angel. Have a nice day.
And minty, and it sounds good. But you pretty much have your Skinner survivors. All the main ones that were left are on this album, because after that, Artemis would get fired, and then you'd start your downhill. But I like this album too.
That album should be worse than Bucks.
Like I said,
And I just have another
15. I picked it up for 15, I think. That wasn't bad.
I just have a couple other albums I have that you don't think of them. The Johnny Van Zant Band.
Right. That is an underrated one.
And then the band Van Zant.
That's right. I think they finally reissued some of those CDs. We won't talk about Jimmy Van Zant, the cousin that he's the black sheep of the Van Zant family, it seems. Although when the Harley Davidson dealership in Woodstock, Illinois opened up in their new facility, they brought Jimmy Van Zant. He cut one record, if I remember right, and he went nowhere after that. Nobody likes to talk about Jimmy. And Johnny Van Zant, of course, was more.
So Jimmy's like LaToya Jackson then.
Right. Here's a band most people don't seem to talk about, and that's okay. From Warner Robins, Georgia in the late 70s. And I love these first two albums. Doc Holliday, ladies and gentlemen. Not only did they have a cool logo, but check out the first two albums, especially this one. This is on A&M, guys. And my God, just some excellent music on these first two records. They made a third one, if I remember correctly, it was called Metal Machine. And that was a misfire. They tried to update the sound. What started them thinking that was ZZ Top's Eliminator. They heard that because it was around that time period, and they're like, "Oh shit, we need to update." It didn't work. I don't have that one actually. I came across one, but it was so beat up, and I couldn't even save it. So this one here, gold stamp promo. A little trivia note, though. Actually, Bruce Shire, who was the lead singer of this band, he's a minister in Warner Robins, Georgia. He went back home, and he does cut gospel CDs. I got one around I need to review eventually. It's an acoustic, really nice stuff. So check out Doc Holly. They're on YouTube. Here's the second one.
Well, you made me think of another band there that came out in the 80s. I have their the cassette, the Georgia Satellites.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good that you brought up Georgia Satellites.
Like that's the first time I liked them doing Hard to Handle. And then Battleship
Train. Version of Hard to Handle? I know Crows did one. I didn't know Georgia did one.
Yeah, on their first album in the 80s.
That's right. Duh. I'm not really all with it today, guys. Here's one. A lot of people forget about this because most people that have heard this band, they know one tune, and it happens to be on this album I'm going to show. Ladies and gentlemen, on Capitol Records from Fort Worth, Texas, Blood Rock.
I was debating about that to have a couple of their albums, and I came across them.
DOA to me is still a very damn haunting track.
Well, just think of what it was like for me. Okay, I was like, what year did that come out?
72.
Okay, that was around when I was in 6th grade. Well, they played it in my music class one day. They played
Oh.
Talk about being haunted, being like 12 years old and hearing that.
Supposedly based on true events, supposedly, of a plane accident that happened in front of one or two of the band members. Produced by Terry Knight, ladies and gentlemen, who was Grand Funk Railroad's original manager before he got booted due to, putting his hand in the cookie jar too many times, financially speaking. He would end up with Blood Rock for a little while longer. Warren Ham would end up being the singer on an album called Tuster, which is actually another good album to check out. But you're talking 74, 75. Blood Rock would end up. Several of these guys have passed on, unfortunately, but still some really good stuff. Go check out those first couple albums. I think you will definitely enjoy those. Now, this next one, Paul, I think you're going to agree with me on this. I have to put these guys in here.
Okay.
I'll ask you a quiz question. Let's see. I think you'd be able to get this answer. So, very few musical output would break through from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Other than Levon Helm, who would come out from this area. What other musical output in the 70s came through and broke out?
Oh, I couldn't answer that. I can look it up if you want me to and cheat, but I won't do that.
Okay. This is open because I couldn't grab to everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kate brothers. Kate Brothers. They
You had
broke
told me
out.
about that before.
Yes. Originally, they were called the Kate Gang. And I found one of those Kate's Gangs albums, but they wanted way too much in McHenry. I found it at the one in McHenry, Illinois. This one here, of course, is a gold stamp promo. This is towards the latter end in the 70s. Terry Cagle, who is this dude, is actually Levon Helm's nephew. But the Kate brothers, Western Union man. Oh, look, see, Doug was gonna mention this. See, Doug and I met the Kate brothers. We did, and the opening for Levon Helm when he showed up on Levon's last tour, if I remember correctly. He came down there and performed. Such a strange show at the old amp. Such a strange show, but yeah, Ernie and Earl, I thought really, really cool. Really nice. Yeah, Kate brothers are technically Southern rock as well. You brought up, of course, Molly Hatchet earlier, which here's one with the amusing Rolling Stone records in the shrink on Epic Records. I couldn't find the there is picture discs of the first. Oh, that's right. You know what? You're right. There was another one, but they didn't do real well. You are talking about River City. River City on the Enterprise label, which was an offshoot of Stax Records. I have one of those albums. I know you showed Molly Hatchet, but here's another one. The only album other than Double Trouble Live to not have a nice Frazetta or Vallejo or any of the other artworks that have been done. No Guts, No Glory from '83. Signed by B.B. Borden. B.B. Borden is still the drummer of Marshall Tucker, but that's how I met him and got him to sign this. He looks like he's 12 years old. I told him that too. I said, Mr. Borden, you look 12. And he started laughing about that. I would honestly tell you guys, don't go see Hatchet. You're not going to see any original members. They're all dead. All the original members of Molly Hatchet are dead.
Because they were hacked to death.
Oh, boy. Of course, your earliest is John Galvin, who was on from 1984 on. The album The Deed Is Done. He's been with them since then. Bobby Ingram is the guitar player / owner of the trademark of Molly Hatchet. He got that in a deal from manager Pat Armstrong sometime after 1990. The last time there was any original members whatsoever, Danny Joe Brown was in that band till about 95, 96 when his diabetes got him off the road. Banner Thomas was with them briefly in 93. Paul, I don't know if you remember this because this was before me when I came down here, but down the street from our work. So let's say you're in Rogers,
right?
71B, past the final score. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Where that motel is connected with the final score on the left side of the street.
Yeah, the one that got flooded a lot.
Right. So the right side of the street, just a little bit down more, there was a biker bar and no windows. Like you saw this big mirror image, so you couldn't see windows. The name of the place always turned. Okay, and this is where I'm glad
that building
Doug
sitting in front of the other hotel?
A little bit past Town and Country, that shitty motel.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Doug
chimes in, which I'm glad he did. There you go. And he goes, my cousin played pool one night with Molly Hatchet. This is at the place we're talking about. It's currently now known as the Menendez Event Center, but there hasn't been anything there since COVID. After
It used to
performance one
be. It
night, they
used to
stopped
be a
by.
catfish place too. It used to be a fish food
Thank
place at
you.
one time.
That's the place. That's the place, and that was good
Yeah.
too. But yeah, so this place though had Charlie Daniels was there. He performed there one time. Uh, I'm led to believe David Allen Coe played there one time, but Molly Hatchet played there, and he goes, they afterward, yeah, they had dinner and afterward played pool together. And Doug, you showed me the promo photo, and so that was in '93. Danny Joe Brown and Banner Thomas, original bass player, because Banner was back. And so he got to see, your cousin got to see two original members of Molly Hatchet. But so Bobby Ingram, who's been with him since '89, because he got, oh, here's another one. He got involved because John Galvin and Bobby Ingram were members of the Danny Joe Brown Band, which Danny put out a solo album in '81 on Epic. And they're pictured here. But Bobby Ingram cut a backdoor deal with Pat Armstrong, who was the manager up until 1990-91 for Hatchet. He was there from the 70s on. And so Ingram grabbed the trademark, and I'm led to believe Danny Joe Brown had part of it too, but he got pushed out because they put out an album in '96 called Devil's Canyon, and people were led to believe, oh, Danny Joe Brown they're going to put out, it was on CMC International, which put out a lot of 70s legends. They go to discover that even though he's listed on the credits, he's not singing. He is not on one bit of that damn album. He co-wrote a couple songs. Ingram took over the damn album ever since. And so when Dave Hulbeck came back in 2006, I think it was, until shortly before his death, that was a power play because they wanted to go off and show and have one original member. So, guys, and go see Hatchet. Here's one. We were talking about Charlie. By Charlie, yes. I love Charlie. One of the best damn Southern rock, especially fiddle players. Oh, my God. You know, I've got to see Charlie twice, 3 times. And in the years with him and Taz.
I've seen him 3 times.
What was that?
I've seen him 3 times.
Ah, okay. And Charlie does not get enough too. Charlie, of course. Charlie and Taz, rest in peace. Here's another one. I brought up about B.B. Borden, but B.B. Borden came from a band before jumping on with Marshall Tucker. Mother's Finest out of Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. Mother's Finest. And kind of a strange little band, really. They tried southern rock / funk, and got this here. But Mother's Finest is another one. They're still going. Joyce and Wizard are still in the band. I'll bring this up again. Black Oak, Arkansas.
Oh,
yes, sir.
How'd I forget them? Hot and Nasty.
Oh.
BOA.
You're funny. You're funny. So, rest in peace, Ricky Lee Reynolds.
Well, I was going to say I have a 2 LP compilation. It was a recording label compilation. Okay, it's a recording label known for Southern rock, but they had some others other than them. You can probably guess which one I'm talking about.
One of the best Southern rock labels of all time, Capricorn. Capricorn Records, right?
Like, yep. like the Marshall Tucker Band was on them, and Allman Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But
Trying to
that's
think who
a pretty
else.
good album too.
Definitely. Wet Willie, there's one to bring up.
Yeah.
Hydra was another smaller one.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of stuff. Then a slight offshoot of the Black Oak, even though she wasn't born in the South, but she hooked up with
Oh,
this
Ruby
band from the
Star.
South. Ruby Star and Grey Ghost. That's right. I don't know what it is about Ruby. I don't know. I just kind of like her voice. And here's on Capitol. Several of the band members would end up going into mid-70s Black Oak. James Henderson, Marcus Pariser, and others.
I have a solo album of hers.
Oh, you do? Which one?
I can't remember the name of it.
Because I know she put out a couple. I think Scene Stealer and the one where she's at the bar.
I think it's Scene Stealer.
If you'll permit me, I have a couple left. I know I'm down to one person. I think either because I know there's other broadcasts going on right now. These were fringe stuff. Huh?
I'm good.
Yes.
Go for it.
So this one here, the dude's not normally known for Southern rock. Okay. But this album is actually a very cool album. It is Southern rock and swamp rock at the same time. From 1970, and they just cranked this back out on CD. I have an original press on Polydor. Mr. Rumble himself, Link Ray. And look at the Trick album cover here. See this little bit? You got the head of Link Ray. Sorry, my fingers are there. Yes. So
they call swamp rock Cajun music, believe it or not.
Yes. Excellent album. Go listen to this on YouTube. Go try to find one of these. This is a cutout, unfortunately, Aled, because the vinyl copies do go for nice bucks. But I love this record. I Link Ray, 1970 on Polydor, and it's just this whole damn album is so awesome to listen to for that nature. Also, this gentleman came from a gospel family, Tim, a very famous gospel family from the 50s and 60s. But he hooked up with a very excellent guitar player from the 70s. And this album...
You talk about Link Ray, right?
It has gospel. Yes, Link Ray. This one here, another excellent album, full of guest appearances. Even a former Beatle shows up on here. You have, from the Stones, you've got people. You've got members of Trafficker on here. On the Road to Freedom, Alvin Levy and Myron Lefevre. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh,
Myron
yeah.
would end up in Christian in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember that he did some Christian stuff too. That's how I remember him.
An excellent album. If you can
see, I've seen some Myron Lefevre.
This one got cranked out on
to find that one
with bonus tracks, unreleased stuff. I'm gonna have to grab it because just like this, which I'm told they found some unreleased. I'm like, I've got to get this too. An excellent album from 1973. And let's see here. And then we brought him up for 2 seconds earlier. Yes, sir.
Would you call, three bands here, I'm going to give you a name, okay? And it says they're Southern rock, okay?
Okay.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Okay.
from Gainesville,
Alabama.
Florida, but I don't know. I don't know if Alabama, but that'd be country to me more than Southern rock, in my opinion.
And the Eagles.
No.
Country rock, in my opinion, the from the first
Maybe that
album
early stuff.
to On the Border. See, that's country rock to me. Poco's the same way. Country rock.
Okay.
But once you get to Hotel California,
Right.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
one of these nights you had a little bit and then it went away. Some people have said a little bit of David Allan Coe dabbled in Southern rock. Been around a very long time. Doug, of course, has one of those X-rated albums. Oh God. Dave goes off and says, Alan Lee opened Sabbath on the Mob Rules tour. I didn't know that. Did not know that. I would have loved to have checked that out. I wish I could have seen Dio era Sabbath. My last little peripheral. He did dabble a little bit in Southern rock, but most of his stuff was country and gospel. Orion. The hey, this sounds like Elvis, Jimmy Ellis. And the Curse, that of course, this of course is a gospel album, but I think at times he dabbled in Southern rock. And what a story his was too. Now, a Southwestern, yeah, there you go. And you know what? That's kind of the end of all my show and tell, guys. I appreciate your patience. Let's talk some more. Was there any bands between the two of you that we missed out of all these? Because we threw out a lot of names. We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I don't want to be.
I know there's some that we probably missed in there, and
Well, I'm doing a search through Google, and it's coming up with a whole bunch of Southern rock bands and swamp rock bands, and some of the, like I said, some of the names on Southern rock bands I heard is like, you know, the Eagles and Doobie Brothers and stuff like that. To me, it's not that kind of rock.
yeah. Well, sort of like
See,
I've heard people call Blackstone Cherry Southern rock.
I kind of think at times they do. I think Blackstone Cherry and Blackberry Smoke have those elements at times. And I'm glad that they're like the next generation of this kind of stuff. I saw both of them live.
And I just read on the music news that Genesis, oh my God, Phil Collins, this is going to be his last tour, he says.
Not surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised he even went off and it went to do Last Domino. I really am surprised. I'm glad, but okay. Why can't they go off and record a couple new songs?
Is he still drumming, or does he have somebody else doing it?
Well, I was
Yes,
told,
because
now, I do not know if this is true or false, that his son's doing the drumming now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That's
because
right.
A lot of drummers, their bodies just can't take it after a while. I graduated with a guy that was a drummer. He was more with jazz bands and stuff, but he played with several rock groups also. So he graduated high school in '78, and the guy's name is Mike Fiala, if you've ever heard of him.
No, I'm sorry.
Actually, that name does sound familiar. I don't know.
I graduated high school with him. I'd have to look again and see who he's played with. I could get back with you on that, for our 40th year reunion back in 18, they had us just write up a little bit of stuff about us and what we're doing now. And I've put in about my music collection about around the approximate numbers I have. And so the first night of the reunion, he purpose spot me out to come over and talk with me for a little bit because of the number of albums I have. And he said that he hasn't been able to drum for a good while now. And well, he does.
Pink Floyd is doing a remix and an updated of their album. It's called The Momentary Lapse of Reason, coming out the 29th of October.
There's a reissue of Momentary?
Yeah.
Huh. I like that album. I really
it's remixed and updated. So when it says updated, I'm assuming it's going to be updated. I'm going to have some like new songs or something. And remix is, I guess, it's going to be. Yeah, bonus tracks. I mean, I do not know if they're going to release it in vinyl. Maybe if you want to get it, maybe you can look it up and see if they can release it on vinyl for you.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, two Pauls and Tim. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, so jazz drummers. The two that come to mind that they had jazz background sort of and got into rock was Charlie Watts, of course, who I'll tell you, amazing, and Danny Seraphine from Chicago. Those first couple of Chicago albums, oh my God, those first 4 to 5 Chicago albums are excellent in the jazz band times.
Yeah, and when they were inaugurated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the concert, can't remember what hip hop band was on that year. I think they were be a lot of cursing. No, Danny was the one. Danny was cursing all over the place.
Danny was happy. Danny was happy to be back for one night. I mean, I still think that the way he got kicked out of Chicago was just completely wrong. Talk about hypocrites. I mean, just the way Peter Cetera, from the stories I heard, even though he's a diva or was a diva because he's retired from touring, he's done with that, and then. Supposedly, Cetera got pushed out, several different reasons, and then Danny got pushed out. And then, of course, one by one, they all started getting pushed out. They only have, if I remember correctly, 3 original members now, guys. 3 of the 7, because Walt has retired from touring. So I don't know. It's just, I mean, that they lasted this long amazes me.
I'm glad I got to see them at the Coronado a few years back.
Yeah,
it's probably
I think that was Walt's
so.
last tour. Yeah, I think that was like one of his last tours. Waltz was so.
Yeah, but I remember that with Chicago's inauguration, since they were the same year as Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick, I know that band.
Yeah, I live in their hometown.
Very nice.
Yep, he does. What is it? Everybody but Robin lives in the area. Robin lives in Florida. Go figure.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but everybody else lives in the area.
I just hope Tom Peterson gets better soon.
I hope so too. Because I don't know. like we've said before, all of the older guard of rock, yeah, I mean, they're all passing, and I mean, sure, there's maybe some new members of of the generation, but there's not that many. I'm sorry, in my opinion, there's just not that many to replace all the old stuff. And yes, Dream Police is a good album, Lisa. In fact, to tell you the truth,
That's
I
my
would
favorite
say
of
that
theirs.
album and In Color are my favorite two Cheap Trick albums. Although I also have a soft spot for Woke with the Monster and Cheap Trick's Trick on Red Ant Records from '96. I think those albums are also excellent and were very underrated at that time frame. Even in Rockford was one of the few markets to even play those albums, which of course, naturally. I would like to know, this is kind of a true story from the mid 2000s when I was working at the Guard Shack in southern Wisconsin. And Tim, I don't know if you've ever heard of the station WKLH out of Milwaukee. They're still around. Yeah. WKLH. I requested some Cheap Trick once because I never. And would you believe? And the DJ was very nice to me, not snooty, but just simply said, "I'm sorry, but we will not play Cheap Trick on this station." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Hi." The DJ said, I don't the original reason for that had to do with something in the station. I'm going, so WKLH in Milwaukee. I don't know if it's still true that they don't play Cheap Trick, but they did in the early to mid 2000s.
Well, you do know now that in here in Illinois, April 1st isn't April Fool's Day. It's Cheap Trick Day.
That's right. You're right.
Because governor did that after they, because that's when they got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I've heard things about the tour being a disaster too, and I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember Genesis either that way. To me, this sounds like a money cash grab. If they could have done it properly. I mean, Peter Gabriel said he wasn't going to do any of it. Steve Hackett was open to making some cameo appearances, which I think would have been nice. I think it would have been nice to have had him show up and maybe would have some Trick of the Tail and Wuthering, or maybe some Seconds Out type, the live stuff from that. Steve keeps putting out solo records, which is nice, but yeah, I don't think you're going to see that. That's not going to happen. It's a little late for that. And yeah, I'm going to put these comments up back to back. Okay, hang on. Lisa, of course, has said Nesmith is looking rough. Yeah, this is their last tour. They said that actually. And I have some of the videos, and Dave, they're not coming anywhere near me. 3 hours.
Hey, Paul,
what is Kansas City?
moment.
3 hours. All right, Paul. I think Kansas City.
Well, I gotta go ahead and go because it's about dinner time. Okay.
That's fair. I'm about ready to wrap this up within about 5 minutes. So I'm glad you came up. All
Sunday next week, no problem. I'm ready.
I will get back to you on that. I think next Sunday will be a go. We'll come up with a theme. Maybe we'll come up with a theme. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, next Sunday.
No, 38 special theme was good. I liked it. Hey, Tim, you have a nice weekend or a nice week. And Paul, we'll talk later, okay?
Okay. Yep. Have a good one,
Thank
Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why I'm glad that Justin Hayward said that he's not going to tour anymore because it was just down to him and uh, John Lodge for the members from back in the late '60s and '70s left in the band.
I just honestly wish though, Tim. I mean, I can't believe. All right, so 2003, that was the last time they made an album. It was called December. It was a Christmas album, and it was
I'd like
released
to
on.
find that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Tim. I bought that as a Christmas gift for my, at that time, girlfriend. Okay, and I had a tough damn time finding it. I ended up, you know where I found the one copy? This is good for Tim and I. This is gonna bring back my Media Play. I found
Oh, wish it was still there.
Media Play. They only had the one, and I bought it for regular
Wish
price.
Wish it was still there.
I miss Media Play. Man, the things I found, and I think some of you people out there can relate about really cool places that no longer exist that used to have really cool bargain bin sections. Oh my God, some of the things I found for $2 or less in those bargain bin sessions.
And also, Paul, I just want to go back to that from Dead Wax 66. Hi, Randy. Aim high.
Well, the reason why Randy's saying that, of course, is because he thought maybe you got there's a reason,
No.
Randy, why he's on the camera angle he's at. But so I mean, well, hell, I found. Jeez, what did I mean, like Media Play was really cool. The only person I got to meet from there was Peter Tork when he did his solo folk tour with James Lee Stanley. I know Foghat was there. They did an album signing for Return of the Boogeymen in '94. I so wanted to go to that. I was so pissed off. I got stuck. I think it was I either had to work or I was just stuck watching the kids, which is a given. So Foghat was there. Cheap Trick did a signing for the Woke Up with the Monster album. They did a signing there, and I'm trying to remember who else was at Media Play, but it was a cool little outlet. Best Buy would do occasional little signings. They did one album.
The one that I regret not going to was Dave Mason at Best Buy.
Wait a minute, Dave Mason showed up at Best Buy?
Yeah.
There in Milford? Shit, I would have went then too. I wonder what he was promoting.
I guess he was putting out something new then, or he did like a mini concert and was signing. This was back in like the early 2000s, I think.
Randy Deadwax here says he found a Grateful Dead live near Mint for $1 and Velvet Underground's first album, second press, for $1. And I will agree with
he's sounding like Gus. He's sounding like Gus. He knows the places to look.
I'm telling you, it's just
Of course, he's also an Air Force veteran, so.
Oh, what Randy is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, Randy. Good job on that. I always think you know what, veterans are wonderful people and current armed forces members. If it wasn't for you guys, we all wouldn't be still free, or the illusion of free. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm thank everybody when it comes to. Oh, that was in the '90s. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It's still cool, that you found those things that reasonably priced. Damn.
Yeah, because Paul and I, the biggest places we go looking for music are in thrift stores.
Yep. Oh, this. See, I'll tell you this, guys. Tim and I, like I said, we've known each other for 20 years. We've had some really good fun doing the thrift store finds between me and Tim and Scott and Tim's son Eddie, and we'd be looking around. Or if it wasn't that, it was at the flea market near the Taco John's, where there's a little bit of Whiplash the monkey in every bite, and
Or the
we would.
antique mall.
Yeah, it would be to go see Scott, the booth owner. He had really cool stuff, and sometimes he would have bargain bin stuff. But so it would be between me, Tim, Scott, and Scott's friend. I can't remember who the hell he was, but we would always do this to each other. Tim would go off and find a Liberace or some bullshit album and be like, "Oh, here, Paul, here's a Liberace you were looking for." I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" And we'd be doing
Usually
this.
it was more like Streisand.
Yeah. Oh, that no talent hack Streisand. But I'm sorry, but to this day, because Scott, the booth owner, knew I was a Monkees fan, and you were there, Tim. We were all there, and he knew that what albums I was looking for, and Scott blurted out in front of all of us and said, "Hey, Paul, you still looking for Head?" And I said, "Yeah, but not from you. I want it from a." And all of us went,
Yeah.
Even
Well,
the
remember
strangers were laughing.
that time that I found that Styx album with the Styx Man of Miracles album out there
Yeah.
with the cover of the Knickerbocker song "Liar."
Yeah.
And you guys are busting out laughing when I was telling him about that, where that was only on like one or two pressings of it.
That's right. It was the original. It was the original pressing. Had Lies from the Knickerbockers cover, and then I don't even know the whole damn story. Something about, I think it had to do with the publishing company for that song or something. There was
I fear it had
weird-
something to do with copyright.
yeah, and so that's when they replaced it with Best Thing, which Best Thing was a good song, but I'm like, Best Thing already was on a damn
Yeah,
Styx album.
from the first album.
Yeah. For your proggy period of Styx, any of the Wooden Nickel up to and including the first A&M Equinox, the John Kurlowski era. Okay, there's a little bit of it on Crystal Ball, but that true proggy era Styx, that's what you need to go find, guys. Those first Wooden Nickels, and then your Equinox, and you're gonna have yourself an excellent good time. You'll find a song about a plexiglass toilet. You'll find a bunch of
The plexiglass toilet one is hidden.
I still think that's funny.
You'll hear them sing the Hallelujah chorus.
That's right. You'll hear that too. Tim, I can't remember if I told you this, and I know you really would have been impressed. This story goes back about 10 plus years ago. I went to a Salvation Army down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, when it used to be real good and I could find all kinds of things. And I went there on a Saturday morning because I worked overnight. And just once again, it was my little voice of, "Hey, get your ass down there. There's some things." I'm like, "Okay." And I went down there, and sure enough, Tim, I found those. Oh boy. That plexiglass toilet bit reminds me of the Robot Chicken sketch where Superman is flying and Wonder Woman is in the invisible airplane. Oh no, it's Family Guy. Family Guy shows that. And Superman goes, "Oh, you're flying the invisible airplane." "Actually, no, I am on the toilet right now." Oh. Yeah. Anywho, so the thing is, I found what I thought was the first couple Wooden Nickel Styx albums, including Man of Miracles. So I think I found the second album, Serpent is Rising, and Man of Miracles. And I'm like, I was going to pass them up, but something said, look in them. And I'm like, okay, all Black Label RCA German press. And I'm going, oh, hell. I said, this was wonderful. And I go to look at them, and they all looked like they were stomped on by an elephant. I couldn't have saved any of them because I think I was going to give them to you, or I was going to do something. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I didn't even know that they put them overseas. You know, I was that ignorant. I didn't realize that period. I mean, I know Lady was a big hit, but these looked like original press RCAs. So,
but my favorite song by them is still "Man of Miracles."
yeah, I love that wooden nickel stuff. And you know what? This isn't going to happen right now, I don't think. But down the line, we're going to do a Chicago or Illinois episode. We're going to do
Illinois groups. I like them. REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, we're going to talk about big names and not so big names because that is one thing. Yeah, that's one thing I never got rid out of my collection, Tim. I mean, and there might be a lot of 45s in that one too for all the 45 lovers because a lot of these bands did not make albums, or some of them are just so incredibly rare. For example, and then I'm going to wrap this up here. You know, have you ever heard of an Elvis impersonator by the name of Rick Elvis Saucedo? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Have you ever heard that name? Rick Elvis Saucedo. He was big. Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. I thought he even went to Iowa.
Yeah, he doesn't sound familiar to me.
Before he became an Elvis impersonator in the late 70s, after I want to say actually he started being an Elvis impersonator in 76, 77, shortly before Elvis died. He was in a band called Trilogy, and I remember Trilogy. They used to go and play in our area in Crystal Lake, Illinois, Woodstock, McHenry, Illinois, okay? And they cut one record. That thing goes for between $500 and $1,000 because there is certain, like there's garagey elements I'm led to believe. And I'm like, son of a bitch, if I knew that, I probably could have got my hands on one of those things, especially in the late 70s. So I'm not going to have a copy of Trilogy, obviously, but
with me with with Styx, I've like the first one I bought was Crystal Ball, and I like that. So I decided I'd start getting the Styx albums I could find. Well, I got all the Wooden Nickel albums, except I didn't get the first edition of Man of Miracles. But I got all the Wooden Nickel ones, including the Best of Styx back then.
Right.
And
the A comp Best of Styx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. Well, and plus I had gotten Equinox by the time the Grand Illusion came out.
Yeah. And supposedly there's no unreleased Wooden Nickel stuff. There isn't. Mm-hmm. But on YouTube, someone put, and I wish I remembered the name of this, just go type in, guys, 1974, 75 live Styx. Someone recorded a show in a high school gym. And I'm glad they did it because it's so awesome, Tim. So there is a live show. Okay. So you'll get a slice of JC era Styx when they were proggy still. And I think it's a great treat. But yeah, I think in the future, we'll do an Illinois episode of vinyl and talk about a lot of Illinois bands. That some obviously big, some forgotten. But I think we'll do that. That would be a beautiful episode. Tim, why don't you kindly go off and mention your broadcast Tuesday for the people out here, these 5 people that are watching, and then some.
Okay, but I have a live stream every Tuesday afternoon, starting at 1 p.m. Central Time. Of course, I had to give out to my famous group of all time, which is the Moody Blues.
That's right.
But this Tuesday, I'll show some. We said earlier in this one that my wife's and my anniversaries tomorrow. I'll show the album set that I got from her for our anniversary, and then last night my son got me an album.
Oh, nice.
And then but also on Friday, my wife and I went to a Salvation Army, and I'll just I call it Blame It on Snee thrift store haul.
That all sounds good. There's
also of you who get on and watch watch his ski lodge. You have an idea of what type of music it is.
I love Stephen Schnee's Ski Lodge. This is Ski Lodge. I think that is an awesome show.
I like his 80s one also.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen is a cool dude.
80s new wave.
A lot of stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm going to give a good laugh.
Skylar
yes,
said,
Cop Angel, but I'm only a hoe for you.
Skylar said that he's come across seeing some of Snee's stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. So
Skylar at Culture Shock.
Next time that I go back up there, I don't know when I'll go. Next year, sometime in 2022. And next time around.
And I got you a gorilla yesterday.
Excuse me?
Got you a gorilla yesterday.
Did you say gorilla?
At the zoo.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. I almost forgot. Thank you. So I know you people out there are going, what the hell is he talking about? You want to tell him? Do you want to tell him about the gorilla? And why?
Well, my son and his girlfriend decided to take my wife and me to Milwaukee yesterday to the Milwaukee Zoo, and going around the zoo, they'll have machines that to do it's a plastic injection mold of different animals there throughout the zoo.
Moldoramas.
Yep.
Nice Moldorama machines, which are still some of you guys in whatever zoos you've got. I'm led to believe zoos was a very big zoos and museums were like some of the biggest Moldoramic customers. So you people across the United States, you got a zoo or a museum near you, you may have one of these machines that Tim's talking about. And Tim, I'm such a nerd. I am on the Facebook group for Moldorama. I just am because I think it's fun. And I'm so glad you got me a gorilla. What color is the gorilla?
Black.
Yes, a black gorilla.
Sadly, we didn't get to see the polar bear. It died the day before.
Holy crap. Poor polar bear.
It was 36 years old. That's was the oldest living one in the continental United States.
Holy McMoly, 36. I wonder what that'd be in polar bear or human.
That was under human care or whatever. that means by that from any zoos in the U.S.
Be careful. Be safe going home, my
Yeah,
dearest. Please.
have a safe trip home.
I always pray when she has to leave because the place
Yeah,
she's at can be a little crazy. She,
uh, you-
I don't mind saying she's got, well, she gets teensy weensy bit of road rage like me. I have teensy weensy. See, I'm being nice. I am being nice a little bit, and that's okay because people are stupid out there. we have to be in defense mode,
well,
100%, and
well,
offense mode.
I think we just need to go. I'll go back to bumper cars and drive them.
Bumper cars. That'd be that. Yeah. See, there wouldn't be much of. But thank you, Tim, for the. You know what. Like I said, what I have for you. That's in your. That's you're gonna get that Moody Blue canvas.
Oh
Seriously.
man,
Yeah.
that's go good in my man cave.
You're getting it because you know what? I love it. It's beautiful, but I just don't have nowhere for it, Tim. And I'm like, yes, when you went off and mentioned that looked good, and I'm like, Tim's gonna get this. I just don't know when the hell you're gonna get it. That's the problem. I mean, I could ship it to you, but that's gonna. I think I just would have to just hold off until I come up there next. Which that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, Goth Angel and I'm hoping in 2022 we do the trip. You see, and then she could see everybody.
Yeah, and I think I can fit it on the wall above my stereo in my man cave.
Yeah. That'd be nice. I was gonna say something I forgot now, but I think we're gonna wrap this up. So Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central. Tim's Thrifty Music. Please go like and sub on his channel, please, if you haven't done so. Tim, now I will tell you this. I'm not sure how my schedule looks at the moment. I might be late. I know I'd be lucky if I'm home by 1, but I think I'm going to try to sell some stuff. I'm just not sure.
Yeah,
But that hopefully I can do it earlier in the day.
well, see, last week Jorgen was even on. Came on.
Oh, nice. Jorgen's a good dude.
I know. Him and I've been subscribed to each other like 6 or 7 years.
Very, very nice. All right. Everybody out here, my 4 people watching now, we got up to about 8 or 9 actually this time, Tim, but I think it's because Rachel was on and I don't know who else is currently on.
Doc was on also.
Oh, Doc was on. And that's the thing. I hate stomping on Doc. I didn't mean to. But I still like the whole 3 o'clock frame.
I was surprised that he did one today because he did the one on Friday night.
Yeah. The next broadcast that I see coming, it is either going to be Friday night, and this one's going to be a short one, guys. I will put it on here, but it is going to be an unboxing. I normally don't do unboxing videos on StreamYard, but you know what? I'm like, let's do it and let's have some fun. And I'll tell you what the unboxing is. I was given a confirmation email yesterday. The new edition of the Monkeys Day by Day book by Andrew Sandoval, Rhino archivist, current monkey manager. I'm getting it. It's fine. There's been delays. Not Andrew's fault, but there's been delays. This book should have hit here weeks ago, but not his fault. It's called Customs and the COVID nonsense. And so it says by October 1st, I will have that book and I will do the unboxing live. If you're a Monkeys fan, show up. If you're a fan of good music, show up. It is not going to be a very long video. At least I don't think so. The way I
if you're crazy like us, show up.
That's right. But I have been waiting for this book for 6 months, and it will be the last edition of this book. The last time he did it was in 2005. Yeah, that's right, Randy. Monkeys. Yeah, that's right. Monkeys is a polarizing band. You either love them or hate them.
Yeah,
I'm
his two
a biggest
favorite bands are the Monkeys and the Beatles.
That's right. And you know what? If you hate the Monkeys, fine. I'm not gonna go try to change anybody's mind.
And isn't Kiss closely behind them? Close behind.
Yeah. And it's funny though, Tim. I like all three.
I know.
I don't love Kiss, but I really like them. I'm a big fan, but I
Yeah.
don't love them. Like
Yeah, I
love the
think it's like close behind the Monkeys and the Beatles, but the Monkeys and Beatles are your two big ones.
And Cheap Trick is in my top 5, and
Yeah.
Bad Thing. That might be my top 5, kind of right there. Right there is
So like me, my two top groups are Styx and of course the Moody Blues.
Oh, Randy, I wasn't saying that you didn't love the Monkees. I just know that there's some people out there that have brought up. They're like, I think Tom Hignotti. That's the first one that comes to mind. I always like giving him a little nudge, poking the badger.
He's a monkey hater.
Yeah, he is a monkey hater. Boo. That's what I say. All right, enough. I appreciate the people that were on here and the 2 hour and 16 minutes. I try to keep them around 2 hours. We'll figure out what the hell we're doing with next episode. I mean, Tim, I know is going to show stuff for Tuesday's show, and I'll have some new stuff. Oh, Dwayne just shows up just as I'm about ready to shut this thing down, Dwayne. But I'm glad you popped up anyway. It'll be up though. The stream will be up. I always leave my streams up because I don't. Thank you for popping in, Randy. Honestly,
Yeah, and you're welcome, Randy.
I hope you're doing well. So the thing is that I always keep them up because I don't want to put copyright stuff. Okay, I just don't do that like other people's streams. That's
like me. I keep mine up too.
Yep. VC drama free zone. I like it this way. I feel more comfortable this way. And that's what it is. Boy, oh boy, did I see some drama a few days back. Boy, did I ever. And I'm stayed in the peanut gallery. I was not going to go on this. I never went up on this person's channel. I'm sub to it. Why? Because sometimes I like what he says and sometimes I don't. And it was such a shit show. And he started most of the shit show. I'd say about 80% was because of him. I'm not going to mention names. But the person that was in the studio audience chuckling along was what surprised me. Because I'm like, interesting. I mean, I'm a floater. I go and float around to other channels. Why?
I'm about like that too.
I know you do too, Tim. And I think out of all honesty, Dwayne, you're right. I actually like rock history music. Oh God, he's a Canadian DJ up there. The guy, really sharp. John, I think's his name. Really sharp dude. Okay. All right, fine. You know what? You're right. I don't like mentioning it, but you're right. Brian is a character. I am not knocking Brian, Randy. Far from it. It's interesting television. That's what it is. Brian is interesting TV. But fine. You know what? Since you rolled out the name Richard's the one that I was surprised to see. Because I'm really? Richard's on here, huh?
Oh no.
It's made me crack up even more because I'm just like
just mentioning Richard.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Everybody, love you guys. Take care. God bless. Rock on.